Hey, what's up? This is Mike from Blood of the Wolf, and today we're going to be looking at a JS32 King V X Series in Satin Black. Alright, to start this video off, I just want to say this is one of the best Jacksons I've bought in a long time. I want to say at least 3-4 years. When I unboxed this and opened it up, the first thing I noticed, I was blown away by the finish. And taking it out of the box, unboxing it, playing it, immediately I was like, fuck yeah, this one's awesome. The reason I start out the video saying that is because if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I am a very picky person and I'm a very tough customer. So I just wanted to say that right out the gate. Jackson, you nailed it on this particular model. Nice job. Alright, let's go over the specs. We have a poplar body. We have a maple neck, which is neck through. We have a laurel fretboard. The fretboard is bound. It's black binding, so it's kind of hard to see. I'll get a close-up on the camera later, and you can take a look at that. We have a standard headstock, also bound in black. Jackson tuners. The logo on this looks really awesome. The headstock is also in a satin finish, which I really like. We have a Floyd Rose Special. We have EMG 8185 active pickups. Okay, the pros about this guitar. Well, as I just mentioned in the opening of the video, I like everything about this guitar. I'm extremely happy with this purchase. And it's been a long time since I've had like a hole-in-one, if you will. A guitar that I just opened up and like fell in love with right away. And I've had this for like a week, maybe a week and a half. And so I waited to do this video because I wanted to see if there was if I was going to find something I didn't like, and I haven't found anything yet. Not that I'm trying to either, just in the course of playing it, just seeing if there's something. I like everything about this guitar. The finish on this thing is nearly perfect. I say nearly because maybe I'll find something eventually, but as of right now, it's a very well-made instrument. I like the black binding on the laurel fretboard. Let me see if I can get a close-up of that. Okay, you can kind of see it. Maybe on the headstock here. Maybe you can kind of see that. I don't know. Anyway, you can definitely see it in person. It's cool. I actually really like this laurel fretboard. I can't say I've heard too many people say anything bad about laurel. But I like it. It's a little cooler. It's a little bit of a cooler brown than a warm brown, as opposed to some of the rosewood fretboards I have. And I'll show a close-up of that too with my other King V. I like the satin finish. I'm a big fan. I bought a satin finish on my winter camo soloist. That's the first guitar I've had a satin finish on. I really liked that, so that's what attracted me to this one. And this finish is even better than that one. It's like perfect. I really like how the headstock is also a satin finish. Some of the Jackson X Series guitars, in particular, there's a Kelly that comes to mind. It's like a red Kelly with black binding. It looks really cool, but then the headstock is just like a standard Jackson headstock, which I thought was weird. I kind of felt like the headstock should match the body. It should be red with a black logo. But whatever, at least this one matches, and I like that. So there's a pro. Now, cons. Okay, there's only two things I could find on this guitar that I was kind of like, eh, and they're not that big of a deal, but I feel like I should mention them, just because. Okay, the input jack on this one, extremely tight. Like I had to put it in there, I was like, is this in all the way? I was like, now it is. Which is a little weird. Maybe it'll loosen up over time, but if not, I looked up on eBay a new like input jack housing thing, 13 bucks. Okay, so not a big deal. And that's like a genuine Fender replacement. That's not just some Chinese made piece of shit. The other thing I noticed is on this Floyd Rose Special, the low E fine tuner is really tight. Like it doesn't It doesn't go all the way down. It tightens up about 2/3 of the way down. So maybe I can work around that. We'll see. If not, I might have to replace the screw or maybe the whole thing. We'll see. I can probably live with it. It'll just be something I'll have to keep in the back of my mind, like make sure you can't tighten this down too much. So it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Now, a couple of things that would be nice. This guitar just came with standard strap buttons, not strap lock buttons, which is okay. It's not a big deal. Again, they cost about $6 or $7 just to get these buttons, so not a big deal. But here's the thing. These buttons came on the Winter Camo Soloist, and I've also had strap lock buttons on my other King V, the one that's not Satin Black. So I'm just not really sure what the standard is here with Jackson and the X series and the strap lock buttons or no strap lock buttons. They just seem to be like, hey, yes, no, whatever. Oh, I forgot. No big deal about the strap lock buttons. So again, it would be nice for Jackson to be consistent about that. But since I don't plan on using my Camo Soloist live, I did just take the regular old strap buttons off and put the strap lock buttons on this one, because I do plan on playing this live. Other things that would be nice, these Jackson tuners are not the best quality, they're not the worst, but it would be nice if Jackson would just put Goto tuners on all their instruments. I checked on eBay. A set of 6-in-line Goto tuners are $45, so that's not that expensive, and Jackson could probably buy them wholesale for half that price. So come on, Jackson, just pony up the extra $25 and put some good tuners on your guitars. It's not that big of an ask. And eventually maybe I'll replace those too. But there's nothing necessarily wrong with these tuners, they're just not the greatest. So I can live with that. But basically, in conclusion, if you're looking for a King V, I highly recommend this one. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's like I said in the beginning, it's one of the best guitars I've just opened up, taken out of the box, and been completely satisfied with. And if you're new to my channel, I've tried basically all the King Vs except for the American-made King V. I've tried a JS32, I've tried Pro Series King V, I've tried the Concept Series King V, and this one is definitely, definitely, definitely the best King V I've bought since the first King V I bought. And I think this one's a little better made too than the KVXMG I bought almost 11 years ago now. So there it is. If you're thinking about buying one of these, buy one. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.